Okay, ready? Yes. Tonight on Beyond the Words, we're going to be talking about
how to win every fight.
So let's get to it. As soon as we hit the button. Well, hi everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Words. I'm Lon.
I'm Lisa.
And Rufus is somewhere in the house. We're not sure where. But we are so glad that you are here. Beyond the Words is a show where we talk about faith, family, and relationships. We share a little insight into our own story and give you some practical tips on how to strengthen yours. But before we get into our topic tonight, we've just got a few little housekeeping procedures, a little housekeeping things.
The evacuation procedures.
In case
of fire.
Make sure you're aware of all your exits, know where your exits are. No, but for real, we are so glad that you're here. And if you haven't already subscribed, head over to our YouTube channel and click subscribe. That'll help us get better rankings and get people to, when they're searching for things in YouTube, they'll find our videos, and that would help us a lot. So and also, if you like what we're doing, click share with all your friends and family, and those people who might might need, maybe they're asking the questions that we're trying to answer. So you can click share. What else? Also, just a little disclaimer, we are not professional counselors. We don't have any special degrees. We're just regular folks just like you.
We are human.
We are human, and we've gone through some things, and we have gotten counseled, and so we have that in our bag of tools, and so we do have some experience in such things as we are discussing. So I can see Davina's online with us. Timothy White is online. Lucas is here. Hey, Lucas.
He's the only one that got a hey. That was rude.
Well, everybody gets a hey. Hey, everybody. Timothy. Who else? I wonder if Avonlee's watching too. She might be. I'm not sure. But anyway, we are so glad that you're here, and we want to jump into our little Icebreaker. What's our icebreaker tonight? We didn't post it online, but you're learning about it right here. Yes, right here, right now. I think that's a song.
It is.
I believe. Yes. And the question is, what is the weirdest food you have eaten? What is the weirdest food you have eaten?
And you would say?
Escargot.
Oh, you said it with an accent.
Yes, escargot. You have to say it with an accent, right? I think it's, what is it, snail?
Yes.
Snail? And that was on our cruise last year.
It was.
It was interesting.
You liked it. You
Actually,
asked for seconds.
I thought it was good. I mean, I've had some other things like calamari, squid, I guess. Calamari. But I'm not a big... try some weird exotic foods. Every now and then I'll get brave. If I feel like it looks something that's appetizing, then I might take a stab at it. But
Now calamari I hate because I've had it and it wasn't cooked well. And
was
you know
it the
how
texture?
I hate squeaky food.
Yeah, you hate the rubbery.
Yeah.
If it's not cooked right, that's what you get. Yeah.
But the escargot I loved. Yeah, it was good.
So you tried the escargot too?
Yeah.
Was that? Would you say that's the weirdest food that you've eaten?
Probably. I don't know. I can't think of anything else that I've had that was super weird. So anyone else out there had anything?
Wow.
Rattlesnake.
Lucas says that he had rattlesnake once. That's extremely interesting. Lucas, where would you have had that? I mean, was it like close to town? Was it on a trip somewhere? Let us know. I'd love to know a little bit more about how you ate rattlesnake. I don't know if I could do that.
Davina had frog legs. They had frog legs on the cruise, and we did not try them.
Yeah, they did have frog legs.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta say too, though, if you're in the mood to try foods, a cruise is the best place to do it. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's all inclusive. All your meals are all inclusive. So when you sit down in the evenings, you sit down at the table or whatever, and you see your menu, and you can pick something off the menu, try it out. If you don't like it,
desserts.
Yep, you can try it. And if you don't like it, you send it back. You get something else. Doesn't cost you any extra or anything like that.
Or you can say, I want all the desserts, or I want 3 of those desserts, or I want only desserts.
You could say that.
Yeah.
I think you might have a couple of times.
Maybe.
What was that?
The lava cake.
Yeah, the lava cake. Oh my gosh.
That stuff was good.
That stuff was amazing.
Let's just do the show on this. On food.
Hi, Kimberly. It's nice to have you joining us. Lucas, he responded. This is about the rattlesnake. He killed it and then he ate it. Would you? I don't know. I don't know if I could do that.
When my kids went to Australia, they ate kangaroo.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Kangaroo. That's pretty. And Davina, I'm assuming you're talking about the frog legs, right? That they're amazingly good if they are fixed properly. Right. So that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah. They said that on the cruise, they said they taste like chicken.
Yeah,
but that's what they say about everything.
It tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken. Yes. Well, interesting. Man, I wish, we've got some good friends, and they try a lot of different foods. Drew and Rita.
Drew and Rita, yeah, they do.
Well, Drew especially. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Rita does too. Maybe he's rubbed off on her, but I know he does.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a friend from high school, and he would eat. Now this was while we were in high school. I don't think that he would do that now, but I don't know. I could be wrong. We haven't seen each other in quite a number of years. But when we were in high school, he would pick caterpillars off of the trees down in South Carolina, and pop them and eat them. Yeah.
Is he like?
He's okay.
He's okay.
He's okay.
Does he have any kind of superpowers, like caterpillar powers? Like you have scorpion powers?
I don't think so. He doesn't have caterpillar powers like I have scorpion powers. I have scorpion powers because I got bit by a scorpion.
He did get bit by a scorpion.
No, not for real. I keep claiming that I did. I got just bit by a bug, but it wasn't a scorpion. But I make everybody believe that it was a scorpion. Yes. So anyway, those are some amazing answers, and we are so glad that you are being a part of this.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know I haven't. I completely forgot a whole slew of things. Like connecting with us with our email address and stuff like that. You guys know how to email us. Okay, just in case you don't know how to email us, you can contact us at lonandlisa@gobeyondthewords.com. That's lonandlisa@gobeyondthewords.com. This is pretty interesting. And Timothy says in the Bible, John ate locusts. Yeah,
and honey.
John the Baptist.
Yep.
Locust and honey. Yep, that's a pretty interesting meal, I would say. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, what are we learning about tonight?
Oh, how to win every argument.
How to win every argument. Now, you would say that you win every argument.
All I do is win.
All I do is win, 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 win. I don't know the rest of the song, but oh well. Anywho, well, it's interesting that this is the topic of discussion for tonight.
Because of what happened earlier.
We got into
a huge fight.
Yeah.
Literally a huge
We
fight.
kind of got into a little scuffle a little earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, gosh, it's just like it was earlier.
Just a few hours ago.
I can remember it like it was earlier.
Just an hour or two ago.
Yeah, too bad we didn't have video of it.
Well, I think we do have video of it.
Really?
Yeah, we do. I think. I think Rufus was probably
Videotaping.
I think Rufus was probably videotaping
Wow.
this. Yeah. So should I roll the video then?
If you have video of this, that's
Okay.
wow.
I'm gonna roll the
Okay,
video
okay.
and then we'll jump into our topic. We'll be
Okay.
right back.
Okay.
So I was thinking, as I always do, we should probably paint the bathroom.
Okay, I think we should paint it white.
Well, why would you paint it white?
Because white looks so clean.
Yeah, but white's way too bright. I think it should be black.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. I'm serious. I think we should paint, because we could paint it black. We could paint it black, and then we could put LED lights to bring color into it.
No. We need to paint it white. White will look clean.
No. White is just a stupid color.
Are you calling me stupid?
I'm not calling you stupid. I call the color stupid. It's just plain. It's plain.
No, we are not painting a room black. It will look like a hole. We are not going to do that. That's
Are we fighting?
ridiculous.
Are we fighting?
We are fighting.
Are we fighting?
We
You
are
want to duke it
fighting.
out right now?
Right now. Get
All
out
right.
of the car. Get out of the car. I'm so glad Rufus got that on video.
I'm not happy about this one bit. I'm not happy about it. But, so what color are we painting the bathroom?
Well, in order to win every argument, we need to discuss this.
Okay.
Okay.
You like white.
Mm-hmm.
I like black.
Right.
And what if we met somewhere in the middle? What if we did a compromise? Something that's not too light and not too dark. Something like maybe a grayish color.
Okay, that seems like a good compromise.
What if we did that?
Okay.
Because what I'm hearing you say is you want the brightness.
Something that looks clean.
Clean, okay, right. So that's what you want.
Right.
I'm wanting something that just has a little, I guess, more more depth to it, more
right. And you don't want that antiseptic
contrast.
white.
Right.
Right.
So we'll go with the gray.
Okay.
What if we did the trim in? What if we did the walls in a light gray, and we did maybe the trim in a darker gray?
Okay. And we already have gray in other parts of the house, so that would look good.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
That makes sense. That's what we'll do then.
Okay.
We'll make it gray.
And I'm sorry that I knocked you unconscious in the front of the house.
I was unconscious for several hours until Rufus came up and licked my face. Actually, he came up and lifted his leg, but I think you scooted him out of the way before he did his business on me. So anyway, that's the way that's the way the story goes. Anyway, so that is our topic of discussion for this evening: how to win every argument with your spouse. And no, it's not just saying yes, dear.
Right.
It's not.
Maybe
there's a time for that. But if it's something serious, if it's something that's a heavy topic, it's important to take certain steps to win.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. But winning may not always be what you think it is.
Right.
So when we say winning, really, and that leads us to our first step, and that is work together for the mutual win.
Right.
So it's not just I'm winning and you're losing, because we're a team.
Right.
It's we're coming to some resolution.
Right.
Where we both win.
Right.
It's a win-win.
Right. Because you always want me to win, right?
I always want you to win.
Right.
Because when you win, then that makes me happy.
Right. So it's a team win.
So it's a team win, yes. What else would you say about being a mutual win? What are some other things that...
Well, you never want your partner to lose because you don't want to be married to a loser. Right?
Oh, snap.
Bam.
You've just been Lisa'd.
But you never want your partner to feel that. You never want your partner to have that feeling of, I just lost. Because that's, you're not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy. You come together. You have a mutual win. Everybody's happy. Even if we ended up... Because we did paint our bathroom gray, but we didn't argue about it.
Yeah, we didn't argue about that. Not for real.
But, if there is a disagreement, you want to... If we had decided to paint the bathroom black, we would have wanted to come together and, if you had gotten me to agree to paint the bathroom black... You wouldn't have wanted to, be like, oh, now we're painting the bathroom black. I won.
Yeah, and, like rub it in your face kind of thing. Like, ooh, it's my color, it's not yours, or whatever. Because, the idea of being, and that's something else, too, we can talk about, too, is how some people just want to be right.
Yes.
All the time. They just want to be right all the time. So sometimes it's not about being right. It's about making your partner feel like they are part of this. Right. They're part of the decision, and it's not all your decision. And sometimes they can have good ideas. Sometimes your ideas might not be as good, but it's something that you have to come together, and mutually come to a compromise, which is mutually beneficial. Mutually beneficial. Yes. And on that note, Timothy writes, I think it's important to share your thoughts during arguing. It must be together. You both compromise and both win.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly what we're talking about, Tim, is just mutually coming together and compromising on those types of things.
Yeah, that's how you win every argument. You both win.
You both win. Absolutely. What's number 2? Dos. Stick to the subject.
Right.
Don't go and start on one subject, and then when you feel like maybe you're losing or you're not getting any headway, you jump to another subject.
Right.
Stick to the same subject.
Right. If you're discussing the bathroom and you feel like you're losing steam, don't start arguing about the dog or the car or something else.
I always argue about the dog.
You do. That stupid dog.
Yes.
But yeah, stick to the subject.
Stick to the subject, yeah. Because, I mean, it's not cool to bring in something especially from a completely different scenario into, making a decision here. Like, well, you got to pick last time, and now it's my turn to pick. It's now you work it out together. Now, I mean, if it's something like, where you went to eat, for dinner, maybe you could play that game, I guess, but not when it comes to something that's a little bit more serious, you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's number 2. Number 3 is be certain that you understand each other.
Right.
We've talked about this all the time. Communication is absolutely imperative, and not just communicating, but communicating well.
Right.
So, I mean, you can be yelling at each other and communicating, but when you speak and you, like, if you say, well, I don't know, whatever your reason is for having your position.
Right. Well, there was a great line in the video when Lon said that the color white was stupid, and I responded, "Are you calling me stupid?"
Right.
There are a lot of arguments that start that way, and that's exactly why I said that in the video, because sometimes things escalate very quickly.
They can.
And that's how things get rolling, and that's how arguments start. You have to be very careful about the words that you use, and that's probably why you said stupid in the argument.
Yeah.
And choose your words carefully. If you say something like that and he came back with, "I wasn't calling you stupid, I was calling the color white stupid," but people argue about things like that all the time,
and they jump to those conclusions. I mean, I've been in situations where that's happened, and like, look, I'm not saying that you're stupid. I'm not digging on your character or anything like that.
The color white.
It's just but absolutely, there's a scripture, I think, in the Bible that says, "Be quick to listen and slow to speak."
Right.
And it goes on to say slow to anger as well. But there is great wisdom in that scripture. Be quick to listen and slow to speak. Right. The important thing to remember here is that you can't hear the other person when you're speaking. Right. Right. And we've got another thing on here, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. But that's number 3. Let's go on to number 4. Don't play the blame game. Yes, don't play the blame game. That's just where you're blaming the other person for something that might have happened a long time ago, or you're bringing up something. That's not necessary, and it's not going to help you in your current situation. So stick again, goes back to that, stick to the subject. Stick to that that same circumstance that you're talking about. Yeah. Right. What would you say? Right.
Yeah. That same thing. Don't blame them for everything. Don't bring up past incidences. Just try to stay calm. Just try to come together, and one of the things we do, we hardly ever argue about anything, but when we do, we always start throwing in things that are kind of silly and, kind of make it a little more light. And just, because nothing is really that horrible, and, just...
Yeah, if you're talking about, you have to learn to kind of evaluate, I think,
Right.
the severity of of what it is that you're arguing about. You know, I mean, like we were arguing about the color of the bathroom. I mean,
Right.
okay, if there's some weight to it, then
Right.
okay, great. But
Right.
if it's just a color,
Yeah.
you know, don't sweat it. You know,
Right.
learn to pick your
You
battles.
should probably paint it brown.
No, I'm not painting it brown. No, not. I'm
You're
not painting it.
colorblind. You wouldn't even notice.
Oh, please, don't even go there. Don't talk over the other person.
What?
Don't. Yes. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so.
And you know, we actually did a Wednesday
Yes.
midweek minute based on this very thing. Don't talk over the other person. You know, when you're trying to explain something, don't cut them off. Let them have their say. Listen to what they're saying, and then, you know, give the virtual mic to the other person,
Right.
and you be the listener. You know, it's the only way you can get your, you know, what you're trying to say out there,
Right.
and to be heard.
Yes. Those are
yes.
little gold nuggets.
Those are little gold nuggets. Okay, next is monitor your tone and apologize if you say something out of line. This
or if
is,
you knock someone unconscious in
or
the
if you're
front
not,
yard.
yeah. This is a big one
Yes.
because, as Lisa said, it doesn't take much sometimes for the argument to escalate. To escalate.
Escalate.
I've got some sort of a...
I know, you think you're French. It was from the escargot that you ate a
It
year
must
ago.
have been.
It's just kicking in now.
Absolutely.
It takes
Well,
1 year for escargot to kick in.
It takes, and it's hitting me right now. This is a big deal. Monitor your tone and apologize if you say something out of line, because, like you said, you can say something and things go very quickly from a nice conversational level
Right.
to yelling and screaming, and usually I think that happens when one or both people feel like they're not being heard.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's usually what, you know, makes them, well, you didn't hear me. I just said, and you didn't hear me, so I'm going to talk a little louder. It's kind of like when you're speaking to someone who speaks a different language.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And you go, what I'm trying to say is, it's not like they're deaf. They just don't understand what you're saying.
I worked with someone who did that. And I was like, that is not going to work. It's like, it's okay, I've got this. What do you want to do today? I'm like, no, that doesn't
No
work.
speak English. What do you want? They're not deaf.
No, that's not how this works.
Yes, absolutely.
It's okay, I got this.
Davina commented too, which is very good. It's all about mutual respect. Take your spouse's feelings and thoughts into account and listen. And that's how Steve and her don't argue. Yeah, so that's very good. Very good indeed. And so we had 7, I think, right?
Yes, this was the
This
end.
was the end. So finally, the
So-
last thing, you want to talk about it
So,
first?
yeah, always draw a conclusion at the end of the argument. Now, this one is important because if you think an argument's over, it's important to make sure that the other person also thinks that the argument is over.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes the other person might be in mid-thought and you're like, okay, see you later. And you walk away.
Yeah.
And they're like,
And you're like, wait just a minute.
yeah, we're not done.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're off at Walmart and the other person's like, So make sure that you you're like, in conclusion.
Yeah, right. So
you're off buying the gray paint and you're like,
right. Did we choose gray? Is that what we're doing?
Are we doing a light in a dark?
Yeah.
No. I hate the color gray on the rest of the house. I definitely don't want to do that. We are not doing that in the bathroom. I will die. And you're like, okay, see you later. I'm going to buy paint. No. So make sure that you did actually come to an agreement, and don't just, because I know as fantastic as Lon is, he gets very enthusiastic when we're doing projects. And sometimes and I don't want to say you railroad me, but you'll be like, and we're going to do this and this and this and this and this and this, and he'll start to take off, and I'll be like, whoa, cowboy, we're going to do what?
You said what? Cowboy?
Whoa, cowboy. And so I'll have to kind of, and it's not when we're even disagreeing, it's just when,
Yeah, I get that. Because for me, when I get a
Right.
project in my mind, a vision of,
Right.
and even after we've somewhat discussed it, I may think, oh, we're done.
Right.
We know
Right.
what we're doing, and
then he's
and I got it in my
sledgehammering a
head,
wall.
so I'm just like,
oh, my house.
right.
We're tearing it down.
Where's my sawzall? Where's my
Exactly.
drill?
So make sure there's a conclusion. Make sure you have both agreed, and then, go buy gray paint.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just make sure that you're both,
In agreement.
Mm-hmm.
In agreement. And to add to that, too, if you're at the end of an argument, it's if you don't feel like you've come to some resolution or some compromise, and you've kind of been at it for a while, for however long.
2 years, 3 years.
No. Well, it's okay. What I'm trying to say is it's okay to take a break.
Oh yeah.
If it's, you don't want to argue at the end of the day when you're
Right.
getting ready to go
Right.
to bed.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the worst time because you're both, excuse me, you're both tired, you're exhausted, you've been up all day working, doing whatever, taking care of kids. So that's the worst time to have an argument.
Right.
But if you get, pretty late in the evening and you're still not feeling like you're getting that
Right.
that nice solid compromise, that solid conclusion, it's okay to say, hey, I know it's getting late.
I'm tapping out.
Let's
Yeah.
let's sleep on it, and we'll come back and discuss it more tomorrow or whatever. Just take a breather, take a break. Same thing if the tone gets escalated, and you start finding yourself more yelling than actually talking.
Right.
Take a step back, and just say, hey, let's give it a few minutes, and we'll regroup in about 30 minutes or so. Because you can't really solve anything if you're just yelling.
Right.
So that's what I would say about that.
And also, and we kind of, you and I talked about this. If you have someone that you're in a relationship with, and you feel like there is no compromise, you feel like they are not listening to you, you are not being heard, they have their ideas and you have your ideas, and there is absolutely no compromise on things, and you feel like you need help and they are not willing to get help, and you feel like they need help and you don't know how to get them help, maybe you can try something like, you say it's, parenting issues, and you can say maybe, I feel like maybe I'm not getting the parenting skills that I need. Could you come with me while I see someone?
Yeah.
And that way you can get them in to see a counselor without telling them, hey,
Yeah.
I don't think you're doing a very good job because you're not listening to anything that I'm saying, you crazy, crazy person.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's the wrong approach.
Yeah, because that's not going to get you anywhere.
Right.
So,
Or, and I know where you're going with this, because I found myself in a marriage that was very much
Right,
like that,
right.
and it was my ideas about certain things were always looked at as, well, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've been to college and I've taken classes and I know all about this stuff, and you know nothing about it, so I'm not going to even listen to what you have to say. Or if I, if you approach, if I were to approach the person with just a simple question, hey, help me to understand something, and they take it the wrong way, and they suddenly are on the defense because they think I'm stepping on their toes or something. That's a difficult situation to be in, and I would just say find some professional help. Find a
Right.
counselor, find a pastor to talk to, and just let them know what the issues are, and maybe they can help you find the tools that you need to break through that wall. Because all of these steps that we're talking about, Lisa and I are talking about tonight, really are kind of on the foundation, this idea that you're both have those skills
Right.
to go and do these things.
Right.
But very often, one person might find themselves with those skills or whatever, and the other person doesn't.
Not very often.
Not very often.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
But
Yeah.
if you do find yourself in that situation, by all means,
Yeah.
get some professional help.
Right.
Because it's no fun being in a relationship where you're not being heard,
Right.
and you don't feel like you have any input or any say into anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really terrible way to live.
Right.
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 So, get some help.
Right.
Is that it?
That's it.
That is our...
Don't call anybody crazy. Is that a spider?
Where? I don't see a
There's
spider.
a spider.
Ooh, it is a little spider.
Ah, guys, there's a spider. So we're gonna go.
He's okay. He's okay. He's not going to bother anybody. He's just a tiny little thing. Just a tiny little thing.
Now he's gonna get scorpion and spider powers.
Yes. Well, so that concludes our show for this evening. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching these crazy videos that we're making. We're trying to make them fun and entertaining and all of that stuff, but sprinkle those gold nuggets of information in there and give you some insight into our own story.
Yeah.
So, on that note, always say what you mean what you say, and live your life beyond just words. That's my new slogan.
Roll Tide.
No, not Roll Tide. And until next week, may tomorrow be a perfect day. When are you going to sing with me?
I'm watching the spider.
Make sure he doesn't go away. May you find love and laughter along the way. May God keep you in His tender care till He brings us together again.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.